starting with Urugaru, as this is his home turf. Are you thinking in the mountain or over the mountain?
I'm thinking cave first. I'm thinking we know where the beholder is. We go say hey.
So you want to just go straight to Plibdle Blop?
At this point, anything else is just delaying the inevitable.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like
And Darkness, what's your vote?
the kobolds who, have lived in these mountains and probably dealt with this thing for a long time might have some like nice little sneaky kobold ways of dealing with it, or maybe at least protecting us. Also, they probably know exactly how to get there because they keep falling in.
But then the
I
question
actually
is
have a
over or
similar
through.
My vote is over
sentiment.
because fuck those shadow things. I've dealt with enough of that crap, and I don't want to deal with more panic attacks. I don't know about you, but they kind of suck.
Fair enough. Rail. Over, through, or straight to the point?
I think going to see the kobolds is not a bad idea, just because, like Darkness said, uh, we could probably gain some insight on this thing before just charging straight in. Get some
For sure.
intel.
Sounds reasonable. The question then is over or through.
I don't remember
So going over
creatures
the
being
mountain would
over.
be potentially dealing with things like harpies and behirs, maybe even giants. Going through means that you're dealing with cave shit, so like the shadows, ropers, possibly other things that you could find in caves.
Um,
Plus your other cave is gonna get jealous.
I was gonna say we do love a good cave, but I did promise some harpy blood to those plants we met earlier. Um,
That
so my
too.
vote is over.
Okay,
Uh, to be fair, in the event where we decide to not go direct, Uru's vote would also be over.
over. All right, Jackie.
I mean, I'm just voting on brownies.
All right, we will make you a tiebreaker if it gets there. But which it won't at this point. In theory, call.
Um, as I said, I think that it would be a good idea to ask the kobolds because out of character, I've seen this thing's stats. So, or at
I
least
mean,
some stats.
in character, you've
No
also had like
metagaming.
weird
Yeah,
pseudo metagaming stats for your in character knowledge.
I've seen this thing close enough to know that it's not going to be an easy fight. Or strong, but as Darkness, I'm sure, will attest, this thing is powerful. We're going to need every advantage we can get, so I think that it would be prudent to speak to the kobolds. Over the mountain or through, I don't care. Either way.
But if you had to pick, because your DM is telling you pick one,
Quit
which would
being
it
a
be?
fence-sitter bitch and pick one.
The DM is telling us.
Chances it would increase the chance that we run across a kobold early.
A good point.
That doesn't change my answer.
I get that.
Over.
Um,
For very selfish reasons.
so I guess we need to wait for Tappy's opinion on the off chance that it is through versus over. Is
Yeah,
Tappy back?
yeah, yeah. No, I've been back. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
I lost like a couple minutes there, so I didn't hear maybe a little bit. But yeah, uh, kind of
We
understand.
all made the
So we're
conscious
just voting.
choice to not advance the plot in your absence.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like I said before, I feel like time is of the essence. But I suppose it does bring a good point. We need to be as ready for this thing as possible. Um, I
Oh, that's funny.
Uh,
Are you there?
yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Uh, I suppose as far as over through right now, I mean,
We did promise those plants some, you know, sustenance.
yeah,
Also,
no,
panic attacks.
yeah.
Also, if I remember correctly, you had a score to settle with harpies for some reason.
Also, the reason that we came here in the first place was to go visit some Goliaths that may or may not be up.
We
All in
could
all,
also check
Yeah.
on the Goliaths if it's convenient. If it's in the neighborhood.
It would be, which is why it makes sense that Uru wants to go up instead of through, especially in addition to the harpy thing.
Yeah, okay. Listen, Mana, we get it. There's a non-zero chance that Uru wants to kill harpies, but like, can we not pretend it's a little bit for concern out of the
No,
goodness of
we could. I am agreeing that there are multiple variables. I think the most important one is that it does get you closer to your home village than going through the mines does, and that makes sense for Uru. Like, I am agreeing with you. Okay, awesome. So it seems like it's pretty overwhelmingly foregoing over the mountain to meet up with the kobold tribe and their queen, with one very stern vote to maybe also just go straight for the jugular. But the rest of the party does seem like it would like to or prefer to glean a little bit more information before charging into what feels like a bossy encounter.
Uh, I think Uru's only argument against would be like, if the kobolds really had any secrets to beat this thing, they probably would have used them already.
I mean,
But
they're itsy bitsy. You know, maybe they
it's
have a
not a
great sword that they just can't lift.
he would relent that it's not a terrible idea to go talk to the kobolds and see if maybe they have something. But doubtful. Uru cast out.
They have
Well,
a
perhaps this
helm.
queen of theirs has something we could make use of.
Yeah. They have a crown of defeat, horrible abomination from the stars in the depths, but they can't fit it over their horns. So
Well, it's important to keep note that the weird tentacle creature that you saw in the mirror is not the harpy, which is the second issue on this mountain. You're not entirely sure if the aboleth is causing, or if the tentacle creature. I could just call it an aboleth. You guys can Google it if you want. I'm not using the version from the monster manual, so good luck. But for brevity, I will say that it is, and we're no longer like on the record or whatever. It is an aboleth that you guys are looking to take on. They are pretty mean boys, generally speaking. I am using a
sentient psychic
custom.
fish.
Yep, I'm using a custom block of one. Which should be a good time, not a
They're
long time.
only mildly terrifying.
Well, the sun
Only mildly.
after all.
So
Um.
the OG ones would turn you into goo if they touched you. With
Ooh.
Turn
with
me
their
into
noodly
goo.
appendages. Yeah, basically every abomination, every aberration has some sort of physical like fuck you up thing that is like a historical reference from second edition or thereabouts when they
First,
originated, or first
first.
edition.
Yep, they are
And
first edition.
yeah, the OG ones would just basically one shot you. It was kind of terrifying.
Dear
Yeah,
God.
their whole shtick is like if they touch you or if you touch them, if you come into contact with them, your biochemistry starts to change. Your skin becomes kind of like gelatinous almost, and you have to immediately be submerged into water lest you perish.
Oh,
Dear fuck.
Jesus.
oh God, I don't want
Damn.
to be turned into a newt.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
then we
we could
just
get
carry you around in a fish tank from now on. It's really inconvenient.
Now
with
this
that.
is meta knowledge currently, but
Yeah.
you will eventually obtain this knowledge should you survive and get to the next lake. Like this information is there. It's just sort of like a where and how you get it would have changed slightly. Dark Gabe already knew exactly what it was. So I figure it's only fair to give the rest of you guys, like, yeah, it's fine to know these things. Like,
Well, I mean, I figured Darkness would have seen the abominations that his parents were dealing with touch some people at some point and just
yep.
obliterate them. So he kind of knows what to generally expect. He has no idea what this thing
What do you
actually
think
is.
the moisturizer's made out of, babe?
Exactly.
Like there are
No,
whole cosmetic
it's
lines that are well,
people.
Yeah.
they're like it's like codependent on this aboleth jelly. So like if you stop using it, your skin becomes this weird, unmanageable texture, and so you have to just keep reapplying this stuff. As long as you keep using it, you're good.
Book. A cookbook.
That's hella crazy.
It's
Hmm?
seditious, is what it is.
I love it.
Dude, the beauty industry is a $1 trillion industry that literally built on making you feel insecure about yourself to the point where you don't know what to do without those products anymore. It's creepy. And I love it for things like this. But so yeah, so while you guys are eating brownies, Darkness will share some more information because he's calmed down about what he knows about these kinds of creatures. I feel like it's totally fair for Darkness to know what it is based off of spending 10 minutes of observing it. Um,
It's
and
like
yeah,
getting Botox.
very much
Sorry.
so.
I was trying to think of a relative thing, and yeah, like once you start getting Botox, like you have to keep getting it, otherwise your skin will just kind of sag and stop retaining its elasticity.
Yep, this is
Ugh.
like this where like this gel keeps your skin nice and moisturized, but the second you stop using it, it starts to almost dry out and turn into a carapace. It'll
Mm.
start to flake off even violently and in a scab-like nature, leaving you deformed to some degree. Some people might be like, it's just flaky skin, but then other people, depending on how much your city prides itself on things like beauty and aesthetic, which both Hollywood and Ravnica are prone to do. Much like how in Hollywood itself, like if you go to Los Angeles, people are stupid pretty, um, but like in that artificial way, like in this is an iStock photo way. They're all
Yeah.
conventionally attractive. Um,
IRL Instagram filters.
mhm.
God, I'm trying to remember what movie this image is from. The one that you posted, Call. It was actually a pretty
Wait.
okay movie.
Oh yeah, the X-Men.
Is that the X-Men? Okay.
Yeah, that is the OG X-Men, the first one,
Yep.
the Sony X-Men.
I think that's the only one I've seen.
Oh yeah.
But yes, this is very much what
Yeah.
happens if you touch or get touched by an aboleth. This is basically what happens to you. Well, good game, everybody. It is 10:31.
Yay!
We started playing at
What?
like 7:30, which makes this one of the longest sessions we've had in a gosh darn minute. Oh,
And we put it
had to
to
make up
great use.
had to make up some lost time, but yeah, I feel like we got
Mhm.
some pretty good lore pieces. As always, if you have any questions, comments, queries, moral objections, or you just want to tell me how awesome I am, DMs are always open.
We love you.
Yay. Yeah.
So it's a fun brownie adventure.
Now we have the title for the session.
How did they
Mhm.
taste?
I'm
Mm.
assuming amazing.
They were perfect.
Dang.
Whatever you envision your perfect brownie tasting like, they
So
were
I will never
those.
have a brownie as good as this one. Got it.
In the real world, I mean, maybe one day we can get your A1C down to a point where you can have a brownie.
No, I'm talking about Jackie. You just said I ate the perfect brownie.
Yeah.
How do you match that again? Even the perfect brownie?
You remember that
God
time we had
damn.
the perfect roasted
It's
potato, and I've been chasing that
Oh,
potato.
from
That
the
high,
from the Cocos.
Mhm.
this is Jackie's curse. He
Just that
seeks
moment.
out the best food of all time, and then once he has it, he knows that it will be impossible to obtain again, and he's constantly having to seek out.
more and
There's a
more.
Chase the
joke.
dragon. Yeah, he's fucking.
Maybe that is Jackie's curse. Is
The
that
the cherry pie fucking joke. you start off the story with saying this guy goes to this like block party, and he was there. He sits down, he eats this cherry pie, and it's the best goddamn cherry pie he's ever fucking had in his life. Hands down, unbelievable. Went for a second slice, couldn't get enough. And then after that, he goes home and he asks, "Hey, who brought the cherry pie?" And no one knew who brought the cherry pie. They couldn't figure it out. And so he's like, "All right, well, I'll just go around the local area and try out all the cherry pie places." And so you describe every cherry pie at every place and how every diner and everything. And you spend like a fucking hour telling this story about he travels throughout the world. He tries a cherry pie at all the places that are famous for cherry pies. And he just can't find this place. And when he comes back home, almost given up defeated, he notices that there is a diner nearby that serves cherry pie that he hasn't been to yet. And they talk about how it's the best damn cherry pie ever. And he sits down and he orders an apple pie. And then that's the end of the joke.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. You know what? Oh damn. Yeah. So, it's
And
fucking
you spend like an
so
hour
good.
on this
So
when
good.
everyone's
Yeah.
drunk, just like paying attention to everything. Is this
Yeah,
the
that's
fucking
great.
pie this time? Nope, it's almost there though. And like you have all these stupid details about why this pie
Yeah.
is better than the other one. Oh, this one came with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Like just like little things.
One had the
Everyone's just
buttery
gets-
crust. Yeah,
Yo.
exactly. All
Right.
that shit, dude.
I
So good.
I had one like that where I was describing a blue man who lived in a blue house, and then he invites his green friend over, and everything they interact with is either blue or green, and then they sit down for breakfast the next morning. They're describing all the breakfast cereal, and it comes down to the fact that cornflakes are better than Cheerios. It's so dumb. It's like an hour-long joke as well.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
The Spiegel, Speed, and Spiden, and it's about a guy who he sets his mind to a thing, and he goes and he masters it, and then he decides to, master the next thing and the next thing, and he describe everything, and he keeps saying his fucking name every goddamn time. So Spiegel, Speed, and Spiden does this, Spiegel, Speed, and Spiden does that, and like you just keep going about how he keeps mastering this. He does the marathon, he wins, like he does everything he's doing, and finally takes part in a boat competition. He falls off the mast and hits the deck, and he just quits. And you're like, what? Why did he just quit on that one? Like, out of all the things he's done, he just quit from falling down once? And then apparently it's because he doesn't like hardships. Yep. Another one that you could go for an hour just for that, by the way. Read it.
I am going to head out. I gotta
Yeah.
open tomorrow.
And on that note,
You don't want to hear the next hour-long joke? No.
Bagel, Speed, and Spiden.
That's all I had, actually.